Welcome in again, or should I say welcome back. I'm Jane Drops, and you're watching Drops of Jupiter Tarot. Another drop of Jupiter, another episode. So again, if you remember, I'm doing star signs. I'm doing all signs. I was called to do an all sign reading. So Aries is done. Now I'm on to Taurus. So this is a read for Taurus. So I'd already shuffled and dealt out 12 cards. So basically what you see is kind of what I see. Yeah. Right, so I'll call out the cards first and then we'll go through them all so then you can see how they all link. Yeah, so to begin with, we had the Sun. And to clarify that, we pulled the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. Right. Then we had the High Priestess, Page of Swords, and the Empress. Then we had Death, Justice, and the Six of Pentacles. And then to end, we had the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Devil. Right. Yeah. This is a massive spread for a single question. So putting 12 cards, essentially a full cycle. It isn't just a vibe check, basically. It's a soul audit. So basically, since Taurus is ruled by the Hierophant and the Empress, Hierophant, Empress, both tradition and spirituality, abundance and nature, seeing both tells me that you're exactly where you're meant to be. Yeah. So move those to a side, and then we can kind of start as a breakdown. So Sun, Hierophant, and the Empress. Thank you, Spud. Sorry, my daughter's just made me a coffee. Empress. So, got a lot of major arcana on this one. Let me put it where you can see it, yeah. Just don't want to mix up all the cards. Right. Death and that. So, Hierophant and High Priestess. It's not even that one. It's because I just mentioned the Empress up there, do you know what I mean? So you're bridging the gap between the physical world and the mystical. So as a Taurus, you usually like what you can touch. These cards say that you're here to master inner wisdom as much as outer stability. Yeah. So the Sun, your ultimate goal in this phase is total clarity and joy. So the shadow work is ending, right? So the shift out with the old. So you've got, excuse me, you've got the Death and the Wheel of Fortune, right? Put them back up there. So Death and the Wheel of Fortune, I'll put it like that, yeah. And then the next ones we want is this one and this one, right? Actually, I'll put them like that because I think that's going to be how I'm going to read them anyway. So, Death and the Wheel of Fortune. So, these are like pivot cards. So, you're here because of a major cycle that's ended. You're being forced to let go of an old identity, which is the Death, to make room for a new stroke of luck. Or destiny, which is the Wheel. Yeah, so Death and the Wheel, right? The Devil and Justice, that's a heavy combo. So, you're likely here to balance a karmic debt or break a toxic habit or attachment, which is the devil that has kept you stuck. Justice says that the scales are finally being levelled, right? So, then you've got Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So, you're in a student phase, so whether it's a new job or a new way of thinking, you're here to sharpen your mind and master your craft. Yeah, sharpen your mind, master your craft. Mastery, skill development, yeah. New ideas, thirst for knowledge, yeah, right? I only use these cards so that when I do talk about what's going on and I say certain words, you're going to know, because you could always pause the video, zoom in, and if you look on the bottom, the words that I'll probably use are going to match what's on the card. Do you know what I mean? So as you can see before, I do read cards without the words on, but I do it for your clarity. Yeah, because I know how I was when I was watching tarot readings, sorry. And I'd see the pictures and I'd be like, yeah, but how do I know that means that? You could just be looking at the cards and just telling me anything and just resonating, you know? But there you go. There's my reasoning behind it. So it's about the grind, but with a fresh perspective, yeah? So Six of Pentacles, that's basically saying it's a highlighting a theme of give and take. So you're learning how to be generous without draining yourself, yeah? So basically the result is emotional wealth, which is the Empress and the Ten of Cups, which is the two final cards, yeah? So this is the grand prize. So you're here to build a life that feels like home. The Empress brings the luxury and fertility, while the Ten of Cups brings the emotional happily ever after. So basically, you're here to break an old restrictive cycle by using your discipline to create a life that is both spiritually deep and physically abundant. You could always ask yourself, do any of the cards specifically jump out at you more than others? And find out why and kind of what that means to you. Please do comment what your star signs are. So if you know what your sun, moon and rising are, my sun is Taurus, moon is Leo, and rising is, no, Libra is my Taurus, Libra and Leo, sun, moon, rising, yeah? You have a big three. They're what govern you. So if you was to read about all three of those stars, that would literally equal your personality, your characteristics, and certain behaviours that you will, or traits that you will carry. Yeah. So once I'd done that, I did the exact same thing as I did for Aries. So I pulled 3 moon cards and 5 advice cards. Yeah. So for yours, what we got was reveal what needs to be seen. Leave the past behind, breaking cycles. I love these cards, do you know what I mean? Believe in your good luck, and maybe take a reality check in the nicest possible way. That doesn't mean, like, you know, you're not living in reality, do you know what I mean? But every now and then you need to make sure that you're balancing everything, so you've got to make sure you're still stepped in reality as much as you are with your spirituality. Grounded, balanced, yeah? Aligned, duality. And then for advice, you've got balance your inner world with the universe. Harmony is the key to cosmic flow. Basically, exactly what I've just said to you. Yeah. Your karmic path calls. Follow the cosmic direction of your destiny. So again, wasn't that just saying that you're here for clearing karmic debt, or yeah, right? Take bold, decisive action. Let cosmic courage fuel your forward momentum. Again, breaking an old restrictive cycle. You've got to have discipline. Do you know what I mean? If you are gonna create a life of spirituality and physical abundance, you know. Then you've got a portal opens. Step through and access higher realms of spiritual wisdom. Yeah. And follow the stars. Your life path is written in the cosmic chart of the universe. I don't know why, but I feel like that's aimed at me, because follow the stars. Star signs and all that, do you know what I mean? Which is what we're doing now. So Taurus, I really do hope that helped you. Again, if you'd like a private reading, please do drop me an email directly at dropsofjupitertarot@gmail.com. I offer readings for all viewers, so just get in touch and we'll arrange a session that suits you. I am looking forward to connecting with you guys. Again, the insights from these readings are for guidance only. Your choices are entirely your own, and I accept no responsibility for any decisions or actions taken as a result. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. Keep shining, and I will catch you in the next Drop of Jupiter.